Okay, good morning, everyone. We will be starting the webinar in 5 minutes. Please check your audio and video setting. Thank you.
Samarinda is the capital city of East Kalimantan province, which is rich in agricultural products and ethnic cultures, an illustration of the peace of living in the diversity of Indonesia. Education is an important element in life. One of the education service providers in East Kalimantan is Mulawarman University in Samarinda. The Biology Education Undergraduate Study Program under the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, or FKIT, Mulawarman University has contributed significantly in developing education in Indonesia, especially East Kalimantan. The Biology Education Undergraduate Study Program was established on August 21, 1984, based on the decree of the Director General of Higher Education, Ministry of Education and Culture of the Republic of Indonesia.
Selamat datang di program studi Sarjana Pendidikan Biologi Fakultas Keguruan dan Ilmu Pendidikan Universitas Mula Warman. Visi kami adalah menjadi program studi yang unggul dalam menghasilkan calon guru, asisten peneliti, wirausahawan, dan trainer di bidang pendidikan biologi yang bertumpu pada hutan tropis lembap dan lingkungannya, serta mendapat recognition internasional pada tahun 2024.
Biology Education Undergraduate Study Program has a mission to provide quality teaching education in the field of biology education and to produce innovative products that contribute to local, regional, and international levels. Develop innovative and implementable research in the field of biology education with the output of scientific publications, national and international, as well as intellectual property rights that contribute to local, regional, and international levels. Organize community service activities and produce work in the field of biology education meaningful, useful, and contribute to solving the problem. Organize student activities to foster self-reliance, creativity, and entrepreneurship of students in the field of biology education. Profile of biology education graduates are prospective teacher or educator in the field of biology education, research assistant in biology education, entrepreneur in the field of biology education, trainer in biology education. To support the achievement of a graduate profile, the Biology Education Undergraduate Study Program applies to Outcome-Based Education or OBE curriculum and Merdeka Belajar Kampus Merdeka, which is prepared by involving faculty leaders, stakeholders, components of graduate learning outcomes consisting of attitude, knowledge, general skills, and special skills. Learning activities are carried out through face-to-face activities, both online and offline.
Visi Laboratorium Pendidikan Biologi FKMP Universitas Mula Warman adalah menjadi pusat layanan praktikum, penelitian, dan pengabdian kepada masyarakat yang unggul di bidang pendidikan biologi yang bertumpu pada sumber daya alam khususnya tropika rainforest, terutama program studi pendidikan biologi Fakultas Keguruan dan Ilmu Pendidikan Universitas Mula Warman dan lembaga lain yang terkait pada tahun 2024. Laboratorium Pendidikan Biologi hadir sebagai penunjang proses pembelajaran melalui kegiatan praktik, penelitian, dan pengabdian kepada masyarakat. Kegiatan laboratorium membekali mahasiswa untuk memiliki keterampilan di bidang biologi dan pendidikan biologi. Laboratorium Pendidikan Biologi dilengkapi dengan alat, bahan, dan sumber daya manusia memadai.
The Biology Education Undergraduate Study Program has lecturers and education staff who are competent in their fields. There are 14 lecturers with 1 person with the title of professor, 6 with doctoral qualifications, and 7 with master's qualifications. Trained laboratory institutions and competent staff in their fields. Lecturers of the Biology Education Undergraduate Study Program are active in carrying out research and service that produce innovative products and articles published in reputable journals. In addition, they are also active in participating in seminars and self-development workshops in the national and international scope. The lecturers also have achievements in the form of intellectual property rights. Lectures are carried out in clean, sanitary, and well-lit classrooms so that students are comfortable to study. Classrooms are equipped with adequate facilities to support the learning process.
Okay, Dr. Normala binti Ismail, good morning.
Good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay. Uh, I think I will start the webinar. Is it okay for you?
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
Okay.
Let me know if there is a problem with the internet connection, or maybe if the screen stops somewhere or you cannot hear me. Please remind me in this chat room. Thank
Okay.
you. Okay.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good morning everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Mohon maaf, Ibu Normala,
Ya,
suara Ibu kurang terdengar.
boleh dengar suara saya?
Yes, ya.
Okay. Terima kasih.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the International Webinar Series hosted by Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Mula Warman University. Today, inspiring theme is Educational Innovation and Technology to Support the SDGs with our distinguished speaker, Dr. Normala binti Ismail. I think in the process we will use two language,
Okay,
bahasa
no
Indonesia, bahasa Melayu, and English. Okay, my name is Suparno Putra Makadapi, and I am honored to be your moderator for this session. Okay, to begin our event with a spirit of nationalism, let us open the camera for all attendees. Sit in respect for Indonesian national anthem, Indonesia Raya.
Pak Suparno masih, Mas.
Okay, thank you so much for the playing of Indonesian national anthem, Indonesia Raya. And the next session is dua recitation to bless our prayer and hope for its success. We will now have a dua recitation. To our officer on duty, Mr. Muhammad Hanif Firdausi, one of our student in here, the screen is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Let us take a moment to bow our heads in prayer, humbly supplicating to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, so that your activities today may always be blessed. Al-Fatihah. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin, wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin, sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Allahumma inna nas'aluka salamatan fid din wa afiatan fil jasad wa ziyadatan fil ilmi wa barakatan fi rizqi wa taubatan qabla al-maut wa rahmatan indal maut wa maghfiratan ba'dal maut. Allahumma hawin alaina fi sakaratil maut wa najata minan nari wal afwa indal hisab. We offer our deepest praise and gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, the Lord of all creation, for His mercy, guidance, and blessings that have enabled us to gather here today in this webinar with the theme Educational Innovation and Technology to Support the SDGs. Ya Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, in this moment of gratitude, we ask for your blessings upon every effort and hard work that has gone into organizing this event. Make every step we take a deed that is pleasing to you, and shower your blessings upon us all. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much, Muhammad Hanif Firdausi. And the next session, we are delighted to hear the welcoming speech. It's my pleasure to invite Dr. Masitah, SPD NTD, as the coordinator of biology education undergraduate program. Dr. Masitah, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Suparno. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, the Honorable Dr. Rusdiana as Secretary of Department of Mathematics and Natural Science Education, the Honorable Mrs. Dr. Nurmala binti Ismail as our keynote speaker today, my dear colleagues, all biology lecturers at the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Melawarman University, and also all of the participants, especially for our students. On behalf of the Biology Education Study Program, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, University of Melawarman, I'm delighted to welcome all of you to our International Webinar Series 8 with the theme Educational Innovation and Technology to Support the SDGs. It is a great pleasure and privilege for us to have Dr. Nurmala binti Ismail from the University of Putra, Malaysia, our distinguished speaker today. We are truly honored by your presence and we look forward to gaining valuable insight from your expertise and experience in the field of science for education. This theme is highly relevant to the challenge of modern education, innovation, and technology have become essential drivers in transforming teaching and learning, ensuring the education becomes more inclusive, effective, and sustainable. Through the integration of technology, we are better equipped to contribute to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals, particularly in enhancing the quality of education, broadening and learning access, and fostering a generation that is more aware of global environment and social issues. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to the organizing committee and everyone who has contributed to making this event possible. May today's session bring fruitful discussion, new perspective, and stronger academic collaboration among all of us. Once again, welcome to the International Webinar Series 8. I wish everyone an inspiring and productive learning experience. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much, Dr. Masita, SPD MPD, as the coordinator of the Biology Education undergraduate program for those warm welcoming words. Okay, now to officially open our webinar, please join me in welcoming Dr. Rusdiana, SPD MPD, the Secretary of Mathematics and Natural Science Department. Dr. Rusdiana, please deliver the opening remarks.
Baik, terima kasih Bapak Suparno. Suara saya terdengar?
Terdengar, Ibu.
Ya, baik. Mohon maaf ya, ada agak suara-suara di belakang. Ya, baik. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yang saya hormati Ibu Dr. Mala Binti Ismail, dosen di Universitas Putra Malaysia. Kemudian Ibu Dr. Masita MPD, Bapak dan Ibu dosen di Program Studi Pendidikan Biologi, Fakultas Keguruan dan Ilmu Pendidikan Universitas Mula Warman. Kemudian adik-adik mahasiswa, tamu undangan, dan seluruh peserta webinar series ke-8. Alhamdulillah sudah di webinar 8 gitu ya. Jadi sudah melewati serangkaian panjang kegiatan webinar. Selamat datang di webinar series ke-8, Educational Innovation and Technology to Support SDGs. Kegiatan ini merupakan bukti bahwa dunia pendidikan, khususnya program studi pendidikan biologi, terus bergerak maju, beradaptasi dan berinovasi dalam menghadapi tantangan global. Webinar series ini diharapkan menjadi ruang diskusi yang produktif, tempat bertukar gagasan, berbagi praktik terbaik, serta merumuskan langkah-langkah nyata yang dapat diimplementasikan dalam lingkungan pendidikan masing-masing. Saya mengucapkan terima kasih kepada seluruh panitia, kepada Ibu Dr. Normala Binti Ismail, dan seluruh peserta yang telah berpartisipasi di dalam kegiatan. Semoga diskusi dan ilmu yang diperoleh hari ini dapat memberikan kontribusi positif bagi peningkatan kualitas pendidikan dan pembangunan kelanjutan di masa depan. Dengan mengucapkan Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, webinar series ke-8, Educational Innovation and Technology to Support SDGs, resmi saya buka. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rustiana SPD MPD, as a Secretary of Mathematics and Natural Science Department for officially opening our webinar. Okay, before we proceed to our main session, we will have a documentation session. I kindly invite Bu Dr. Normala and all participants to turn on the cameras for a group photo. I will guide from here. Okay. Everyone smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then I think there is a next slide over here. Okay, next slide. 1, 2, 3. And the last slide. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you so much for the participation, and we will continue to our main event. Okay, everyone, we have now arrived at the moment we've all been waiting for, the keynote presentation. We are truly honored to welcome our distinguished speaker from neighboring country, Dr. Normala Binti Ismail, respected lecturer at University Putra, Malaysia. Today, she will share her profound insight on educational innovation and technology to support the SDGs. Before we continue, I will read the CV for our speakers today. Full name is Normala Binti Ismail, and the title is Doctor. Jabatan saat ini, Departemen Jabatan Pendidikan Sains and Technical Faculty, Pengajian Pendidikan University Putra Malaysia. Serdang, Selangor. Academic qualification, the latest is Doctor of Philosophy from Iowa State University in 2018, bidang penghususan agriculture education. And then the scientific experience and specialization, one of them is as American Association for Agricultural Education. As a members from 2015 until now, expertise in National Society for Social Science, scholarship in food, agriculture, and natural resources. And then panel of experts in agriculture program in KV Malaysia from 2019 until 2025. With specialization validate the final question and reviewing the diploma programs in agriculture. Saat ini Dr. Normala binti Ismail employment in University Putra Malaysia as pensyarah kanan in Department of Science and Technical Education from 2019 until now. And then one of the latest honors and awards, Awards of Merit from University of Putra Malaysia di Tauliah Anugerah Pekerja Cemerlang tahun 2020. And then Curriculum Agriculture Science Education Certified Iowa from Iowa Association of Agricultural Education. Di Tauliah sebagai instructor dalam kurikulum pendidikan sains pertanian in 2018. There are some of journal and proceeding and other publication. The latest of his journal is exploring the ICT integration by TVET teacher in China, a systematic review that published in Journal of Institutional Research, Southeast Asia, with Dr. Zhang, I think, Dr. Zhang, Omar, and Mat Rashid. And then the project research, past project research, there are some completed project, and the latest and ongoing is as Ketua Penyelidik in transformasi pengajaran pengurusan sisa tinja ayam dalam kalangan guru vocational di College Vocational Pertanian Teluk Intan. Profiling factor that influence technical and vocational and training. TVET, teacher to retain in the teaching profession. Okay, we're excited to learn from her expertise. Dr. Normala, the screen is yours for, I think, about the next 45 minutes. I will remind time. Thank you.
Okay. Terima kasih Bapak.
Ya, terima kasih Ibu.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and
Waalaikumsalam.
a very good morning. I would like to address our chairperson, Dr. Suparno, Bapak Suparno,
Yeah.
and Dr. Mashita as a coordinator of biology program, and also Dr. Rusdiana, the secretary from the faculty of Teacher Training and Education Mula Warman, FKIP. Right? That's the
Yeah.
short form for it. Yeah, I've been there in the year 2023. Yes, I've been there for a presentation, and it was a great university, great faculty, great dean, all the university members, and I'm so happy. Like I'm coming back, but dalam alam maya.
Yeah.
I've not been in the physical, but I really love Samarinda and Mula Warman. Learn a lot of history, especially about the Sungai Mahakam, which is like
Yeah.
985 kilometer.
Yes.
The land of it, which is much more bigger than the peninsula of Malaysia. So meaning that if the river of Sungai Mahakam on top of Malaysia, Malaysia will drowned down.
Malaysia will
So
be drowned.
yeah, Malaysia will be drowned down. So um Faculty of Teacher Training and Education in Mula Warman and Kalimantan Timur itself is a really big province as compared to Malaysia. Okay, Malaysia is a very small country. Okay, all right, but I'm glad to share my knowledge, some of research that I did, and what we have been doing now in University Putra Malaysia, as well as in Malaysia, particularly. So University Putra Malaysia is one of the public university in Malaysia, and I believe that all of the faculty members recognize University Putra Malaysia. Very, very specialized in agriculture, but we have more than 70 programs. Actually, we also have in this university also, it has a engineering program, science program, biomedic program. Even in the university, we have our own hospital. So the university itself really, really big, which is 3,000 kilometer hectare persegi. So it's really big actually as compared to another university because of farm. We have more than 17 farms. Kita ada 17
Oh,
ladang, lebih daripada 17 ladang. Kita ada ladang
banyak.
durian, tengah musim durian, boleh
Ya.
datang PM. Okay. We have a musang king, blackthorn. Okay, tak apalah nanti kita cerita lagi.
Iya.
Okay, so without further ado, I would like to share my slides for today. Okay, saya cuba share. Okay, jelas
Okay, it's
Okay.
already in the screen.
Okay, yeah. Okay, all right. So the topic for today given by the committee, I would like to thank Ibu Dora also, who has been contact me and do a lot of work. And the topic has been given to me is educational innovation and technology to support the SDG. Okay, so today I would like to explain more about SDG. What is SDG actually? SDG SDG is a Sustainable Development Goals. Is a Sustainable Development Goals, and it has 17 elements. Yeah, it has 17 elements. And in the next slides, you are going to see the 17 elements. It is introduced by the United Nations in the year 2015. There are 17 goals set and designed, more specifically to help reduce. We cannot like remove poverty. Poverty will happen in our country, but we want to reduce poverty, protect the planet, ensure that all people enjoy the peace and prosperity by the year 2030. So dia ada matlamat SDG ni sehingga tahun 2030. Jadi apa yang tengah berlaku sekarang adalah implementation. Right now, the stage that we have done, we have been, Asian country like us, Indonesian, Malaysian, Singapore, we are in the process of implementation and monitored by specialized accreditation dalam bidang SDG. Okay, all
I think
right.
the slide is not in full screen
Moving.
mode.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not yet moving because this is
Yeah,
just
oh,
an
okay.
introduction. I will
I'm
explain
sorry.
more. Thank you, Papa. Okay.
Okay.
So and then across the Asian, such as Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines, um this goal is very, very important because our region is diverse. Okay, what happened in Indonesia is not going to be the same like in Malaysia because look at Indonesia, how big it is, how many people in the Indonesian, right? So it's really, really important. The SDG guide our efforts to improve in first, education. Second, healthcare, kesihatan. Pertama sekali pendidikan. Pendidikan perlu dimajukan di seluruh negara di ASEAN ini, terutamanya. Healthcare, kesihatan, reduce poverty, promote economic growth, pembangunan ekonomi, which is inclusive and sustainable. Sustainable. Apa maksud sustainable? What does it mean? Is like mapan. Yeah, is a really need to be stable. Okay, all right. And also, we need to agree about the climate change and about the environmental challenges, what we face right now. For example, pollution, deforestation, flood, right? That affect a lot of million of people in um, Southeast Asian, Asia Tenggara terutamanya. Okay, so Asian work together through a very good regional cooperation, sharing knowledge and technology, and the best practice as the best practice to achieve this goal. Okay, initiative that has been done so far. What has been done so far is about the clean energy. We work on the clean energy. We work on sharing our data by using the digital sharing, sustainable agriculture, ya, pertanian yang mapan, yang baik, ya, yang jelas baiknya, and disaster preparedness all support the SDG agenda. Okay. So SGD provide a common roadmap for Asian actually to grow in the way that benefits people, the economy, the environment, and achieving all of this actually needs a collaboration. Okay, needs a collaboration. Right. Okay, these are 17 elements of SDG, Sustainable Development Goals. Okay, so today I'm going to focus on quality of education. And also later I will talk a little bit about something related to number 2, I think, zero hunger, because the biology actually, something related to innovation in biology education as well. Okay, next is about the 17 SDGs, as I mentioned, and look at the quality of education. What is the SDG goal is first to ensure the inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Okay, so the Sustainable Development Goal number 4, as I mentioned, is a part of the lifelong learning process. Okay, what is the lifelong learning process, ladies and gentlemen? This is occur at the many levels. Okay, not only at the school level, but it occur at secondary level, at school, post-secondary level, tertiary levels, which is right now where we are. We are working in university. We have a lot of students in the university who are doing their degree program or their diploma program, teacher training program. Okay, and including work-based learning. Okay, work-based learning is very important because in the lifelong learning, learning is by doing. Okay, whatever we are learning, we should come out with a product. This is most important to become a developed country. Untuk menjadi negara maju, kita mesti menghasilkan produk, kreatif dalam menghasilkan produk. Okay, so that's why it's a work-based learning. Learning by doing. Belajar melalui membuat. Continuous training, pembelajaran secara berterusan. For example, I understand that our audience here, they are also student teachers. Soon they are going to become a teacher at school in Indonesia, right? So you need to open your heart for a continuous training and learning, because now you are pre-service teacher. Okay, you not yet become a teacher. Okay, and then after this, you are going to become a teacher. When in the reality, okay, that's what we call in-service teacher. You are inside the service. And after that, you are going to become the experienced teacher. Okay, to have all of this growth and what we call a career ladder, perjalanan kerjaya seseorang guru tersebut, the continuous training is needed. Okay, itu dalam konteks menjadi guru, in the context of becoming a teacher. Okay, and the professional development. So this is based on the Human Capital Report, HRDF, in the year 2019. Okay, so why Sustainable Development Goal number 4, education, is very important? Because No One Left Behind Act has been introduced in the United States, if I'm not mistaken, in some year 2011, 2012 actually. Okay, so it promotes the inclusion, the equity, the gender equality as the fundamental principles. Okay, and this is very, very important for all the students. Why? Because we want to reduce the number of dropout. Kita nak mengurangkan jumlah anak murid, anak pelajar, anak-anak kita yang tidak pergi bersekolah. Jadi, we have to open the education for all. Okay, this is what happened in Indonesia, in Malaysia, in Singapore, and in many countries lah. Right? Okay. Next, I would like to talk a little bit about the current education agenda for SDG 4. Before they introduced the SDG 4, actually we have the MDG 2 and EFA. Okay, and the scope is more on about giving the education. We believe that primary school children need an education. It's a must for a student to a must for our young generation to go to school and get a primary education. And we work and progress on EFA, which is a basic education, not only the children, but when they become youth as well as adults, right? For SDG, we work more hard on it, which is the goal is more hard. So because it's not only focused on primary education, but it's focused on basic education, post-basic education, and lifelong perspective. Lifelong perspective, pembelajaran sepanjang hayat. Bermaksud, meaning that, even you are retired, if you want to study something, for example, studying about fashion design, you want to open small shop for something like that, become an entrepreneur, you are able to do that. This is what our country need to open for, and this is what happened right now, but maybe it's not really progress so much because the awareness and the literacy about the SDG is not really dispersed among our people in our country. Right? Okay, so SDG number 4 is the universal agenda. It's for all country in this world actually, especially focus on Asian. The main purpose actually for the SDG 4 also is to ensure everyone, regardless of age, background, gender, or location, to access to the education. And this goal recognize that education is the foundation for personal growth, community development, and national progress. Okay. Not only about, as I mentioned, sending our young generation to school, but actually it's also stressed on the importance of effective teaching. Okay, students here, I would like to ask you, do you know about effective teachers? Do you know about that? Have you learned about effective teacher? Pernah belajar tak tentang guru berkesan? Pernah belajar? Because a lot of people, they misunderstood. They think that to become excellent teacher, guru cemerlang, we don't have that. What we have is effective teachers, okay? And there are 4 factors to become an effective teachers. Ada 4 faktor untuk menjadi guru berkesan, ya. Ini juga saya cakap pada diri saya. Kerana saya juga seorang guru. Okay. The first one, you should have enough knowledge. Not only knowledge, enough knowledge. If you want to become a biology teacher, you have to make sure that you have enough information about the biology content. Okay, mesti mahir, mesti pakar dalam konten tersebut. Tak boleh buat silap, right? Tak boleh tersalah ajar, tak boleh, cannot. Okay, because you are a teacher. Okay, we don't want you to transmit type 1 error. In research, we have type 1 error and type 2 error, which is type 1 error when you teach your student but with wrong information. We don't want that. And you have no time anymore. When you go to school, you want to learn. No, now. Okay, now in teacher education program, dalam bidang pendidikan yang kamu terokai sekarang. Jadi baiki, mesti pandai, okay? The content, knowledge, enough information. The second one to become effective teachers is you have enough skills, okay? For example, you need to know what is the teaching method to teach biology at school. Not only experiment, maybe simulation, maybe, lecture, maybe a demonstration. You need to recognize what is the difference between demonstration and between experiment and how you are going to handle the experiment inside your class very, very smooth. How are you going to control your class? The class management. Okay, you should have all these skills. And we believe in the teaching program in Faculty of Teacher Training and Education Mula Warman, all the lecturer already explain to you how to do this. So it's on you, students. Okay, on you as one of the audience here, I believe. So you have to have a good skills. Okay, mesti mempunyai kemahiran yang cukup sebelum menjadi seorang guru. Mesti cukup. Okay, kalau tak cukup, tak boleh. Okay, dan kaedah mengajar yang berkesan. Alright. And also the third one will be you should prepare. So that's why we have one variable called teacher preparedness. Persediaan menjadi guru. You have to have that, okay? Because if you don't have this, you are not prepared. You don't have the lesson plan. You cannot control your class. You cannot control your class. Pelajar lari sana, student anak murid lari sana, anak-anak kecil lari sini, tak boleh handle. Okay, bawa rotan, tak boleh. Okay, itu bukan jalan dia. Okay, how you are going to handle your class? Psychology. You should know how to read. Who is your learner? Whether they are navigator. Adakah mereka ni mengikut saja? Maybe they are problem solver. Maybe some of them problem solver. Boleh menyelesaikan masalah. Budak yang bijak. Ataupun sebahagian daripada mereka adalah engagers. Yang suka datang sekolah tapi biasa-biasa je. Very average student. Okay, so you should know about your different type of learners inside your class. Okay, this is the way to prepare. That's the third factor. The fourth factor is you need to be positive with the environment. Okay, when you become want to become effective teachers, you need to be positive. Even though a lot of people say, oh, this class, the student very bad. No, cannot. Because you should accept all the student. You should accept. Okay, tak apalah. Saya terima anak murid saya seadanya. Saya terima anak-anak ini seperti anak-anak saya. Okay, you should be very positive. Prepare the positive environment. Okay, not only one, but the whole life. For example, you are going to work 30 years, right? So you should have this motivation on top of it. And a lot of teachers, for 3 to 5 years, they have a very high peak of motivation. After that, the graph will go down like that. So that is why? Because of the stress, because of the pressure. That's why you need to go for training. That's why the government in Indonesia, the government in Malaysia, we prepare the teacher to go to training because we want to take you off from the school, keluarkan sekejap daripada kelas, get you off it, and then get a new environment, get some knowledge, going back to school and teach. And also we want also to suggest, I don't know, but this has happened in Malaysia also. Sometimes the teacher already went to the training, but come back, cannot do because the principal mungkin pentadbirannya the organization not allow. So also the administration also need to be very good. We have to have a good school, we need to have a good leader. If we have a very bad leader, we cannot have a good school. Okay, so this is the logic behind it. Okay, this is the logic behind it. Okay, next. The next slide will be something about the models of SDG. Okay, so this is the model of the SDG that is really, really underlie below SDG number 4, quality of education. You can see at the national level, global, regional, and thematic. I don't have much time to explain, but I'm going to give this slide, right? So maybe the professor can distribute to the students so that they can read. Okay, all right. The next one will be the sustainable development
Ibu
goal.
Normala,
Yeah.
the slide is not in full screen yet.
Oh, it's not in full screen yet.
Yeah.
Bagaimana saya mau buatnya? Sekejap.
Maybe stop share first and then
Share first. Okay.
yes, and then share
Okay.
again.
Share again. Okay. Nampak?
Okay.
It's not moving.
Miss Normala.
Is it moving?
Is start sharing.
Okay. Is it moving?
Not yet. Now.
Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you so much for reminding. Okay. Next will be how the SDG has a relation with the biology education, because I believe all the undergraduate here, they are in the biology education. Okay, biology education, it plays a vital role achieving SDG by building a scientific literacy, promoting sustainability, and empower the future generations. So actually, it's not only about the SDG number 4, it also has several SDG that in relation with it. Okay. Um, as I can say to you, the importance of the biology of education is actually to build a strong understanding about of life and ecosystem. Even I'm in agriculture, but I work very, very close with the people from the biology department. Because, for example, like in Malaysia, when we work together. Not everything that we can do by ourselves. We always bring a small piece. Everybody do the same. Like I'm in maybe expert in agriculture, but I need somebody that really expert in seeds. For example, about the seeds for plants and like biotechnology and biology, something like that. And they are really, really good in producing a very resilience and resistant of seeds that can be used. And we can transfer this knowledge from the university to farmers. This is what our job is, right? So I believe in the biology play a very important thing, important role, not only about disseminating the knowledge, but also can help people, future young generation, people like us, understand about the global challenges. For example, about climate change, the biodiversity loss, and also about food security. Okay. Biology education also, I believe, is encourage us to have the critical thinking and scientific inquiry. This is the field of it, right? Through the experiments, through the observation, through the hands-on investigation. Okay, our student learn how to analyze the evidence and draw a meaningful conclusion. Okay, and also I believe that biology education, in my understanding, has a very close relationship with STEM education. Okay, what is STEM education? That consists of several elements of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Okay, so it's really, really important because I believe, yeah, all of the university right now want to work hard about understanding the career that can prepare our student not only for biology area field, but also in the STEM educational related careers. Okay, so biology education empowers students with knowledge, empowers students with curiosity, because a lot of inquiry based learning and the real world skills that support students personal growth as well as the community well-being. Okay, all right. Okay, for biology and sustainable development goal, I think the SDG that is in the relation with the biological education from my own research is SDG number
I think
Sepertinya jaringan beliau, Pak Parmi.
ya,
Iya, kita tunggu sebentar ya, Bapak.
ya. Oke, I
Hello.
think
Hi.
ya jaringan nampaknya.
It's okay, it's okay. Okay. I'll share screen again. Okay, all right. It happened, no problem. So next will be the strategies in the biology education. Okay, as I mentioned about the use of hands-on experiment and the field work can help to encourage the SDG. The second one is to integrate environmental and health issues. The third one is to strengthen lab facilities and digital tools. And number 4, to encourage problem-based learning. And I believe number 4 already happened. What we need to do much is more on strengthen the lab facilities and digital tools. Okay. I'm not so sure about the professor from Faculty of Teacher Training and Education. I've been visit to China in April this year, and they have what we call the interactive classroom. You know, very, very well, very, very good. And it's actually using digital. The facilities was amazing. And I believe if Faculty of Teacher Training and Education Mula Warman has opportunity, should do a field trip benchmark to the developed country like China, for example, and look at the facilities, how they prepare the student in their lab, because they are very, very progress. It is not really exposed because China has no Google. Dia tak ada Google. So we cannot Google this thing out.
Yeah.
But we can visit. Yeah, we can visit their place and learn about their lab and their technologies. I think it's very advanced. This is based on my observation because I've been to US. I also been to China. So I can differentiate what they have and what they don't have. So I think this is just a suggestion from me so that bring back the technology to the faculty and we learn from the best, right? So that's good because this is for our students. So this is for our students. Okay, next. Okay, now I would like to focus on explaining and share some of my knowledge in relation with sustainable development goal number 2. Actually, sorry, it's not goal number 4. Goal number 2, agriculture and food security, about the zero hunger. Okay, so the food security in Indonesia today and challenge. There are 4 things that I want to highlight. The first one is the general description and situation in Indonesia now. The second one is about the educational system and extension as best as well as agriculture. The third one is the strength and the weakness. The fourth one is the implication for agriculture education. Okay, so let me begin my slide. Okay, so as you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, this is the map of Indonesia actually. Maybe somebody can find a very much more beautiful map, okay? And look at the number of the population in Indonesia. This is what reported by the World Bank. In the year 2024, it is estimated, this is not a true number, it is estimated approximately more than 280 million people in Indonesia. And if we study Indonesian, actually, there are more water than there are more land. Lebih banyak air daripada banyak daratannya. Tapi
Yeah.
penduduknya ramai. And then there are around 38 provinces, and some of the provinces receive the special status kan. Itu kelebihan, the advantages and the uniqueness of Indonesian. Okay, and what is the climate? To understand about the climate, is a tropical, hot, humid, and moderate in highland. Okay, highly natural mineral in petroleum actually. And for agriculture, there are around 31.2% of land uses in this in Indonesia. And the arable land, the 30% of agriculture is for permanent crops. 12% is for permanent pasture, and 6.1%, 13% is arable land. Permanent crops is 12.1%, and permanent pasture is 6.1%. And what is the challenges in Indonesia? You know, there are several challenges. The first one is sometimes, this is not every time, sometimes in Indonesia it has a severe drought. Sometimes, sometimes not very frequent, but just sometimes it has a tsunami, okay? Sometimes it had earthquakes for some provinces. And sometimes we know that the active volcanoes still happen there, and a forest fire due to the weather, okay? And Indonesia also, as well as Malaysia, we also have the same problem, which is the water pollution and air pollution. Not only happen in Indonesia, but happen in many Asian countries. Malaysia, Vietnam also has this problem. Okay, and also smoke from fires, because, for example, in Sabah and Sarawak, Sabah also, okay, sometimes we have this problem, the smokes from fires. Okay, same like Indonesian. Okay. Okay, so the general description and situation in the Indonesia right now, even there are a lot of changes, a lot of challenges, but look at the number of the growth. It is quite good. It's 1.396 trillion USD according to the World Bank, but not all the people very, very good. You know, in Indonesia right now, still 46% of their living, what they achieve, apa yang mereka terima satu hari pendapatan, kadang-kadang sama ataupun kurang daripada 10 USD, ni nilai USD dalam satu hari. Okay, so in Malaysia we have like the USD will be like kalau kat Malaysia ni 10 USD is like 40 ringgit lah. 40 ringgit. Kalau di Indonesia saya pun tidak tahu bagaimana untuk menterjemahkannya. Okay, nilai mata wang. Tak pandai. Pernah pergi Indonesia tapi tak pandai nak terjemah. Alright. And then the Indonesian itself, as I mentioned, there are a lot of water. Banyak kawasan yang ada air. So 70% of them masih lagi bukanlah rural area. Saya rasa some of them become already suburban. Suburban is like how to elaborate suburban. Bukan bandar lah, subbandar. Pinggir bandar. Kalau bahasa Melayu, pinggir bandar. Dalam sudut 70%. Because rural area, Indonesian is progressing now. Sedang berkembang dengan baik. Alright. However, kita tengok the economy, what happened in Indonesia right now is their food price and their fuel price selalu berubah. Nilai makanan dan juga nilai minyak berubah di Indonesia, fluctuation. Dia tidak tetap. Dan kita dapati dalam 20 juta rakyat Malaysia ini, 28% kurang mencapai berat badan, mengikut data daripada FAO. Okay. Dan kita juga faham bahawa di Indonesia ini dia ada extreme climate change season. Dia tidak berlaku sepanjang tahun, tetapi ada masanya berlaku, yang mana akhirnya akan memusnahkan tanaman, makanan lah, disebabkan oleh banjir, serangan serangga, kemarau dan pelbagai faktor lagi. Another factor. Okay. Okay. So there's one research in Indonesia from my friends, and she actually worked together with a professor in USDA. They want to learn about the household. Sebab some of the provinces in Indonesia, their women work more hard than their men. Betulkah Bapak Soekarno? Wanita kerja lebih kuat dari lelaki. Okay.
Sepertinya
Right.
begitu.
Ya, begitu.
Nampaknya begitu.
Jadi nampaknya begitu. Mungkin perlu diubah sedikit. Okay. Jadi the woman collect, menambah pendapatannya, untuk menambah pendapatan, household, menambah pendapatan. They want to increase their income in their house. They collect the wild fern leaf, pucuk paku, untuk dijadikan lauk pauk, dan juga bukan pucuk paku lah, banyak lagi tanaman lain untuk dijadikan lauk, untuk dijadikan sebagai makanan tambahan dan juga jualan. If they have extra, they can sell and get money, right? And also, bukan semua lah, it's not all, but the people coming from the poor place, the rural area, actually, they borrow their money from their neighbor to eat. Pinjam wang untuk berbelanja. Inilah yang kita katakan kepentingan kita perlu kecukupan makanan. Makanan perlu cukup kerana untuk mengatasi masalah kekurangan makanan. Okay. And then some of them very small scale farming, seperti di tanah Jawa dan Sumatera, memang tanahnya besar, But not so many landlord yang besar. Tuan tanah tersebut bukan semua tuan tanah yang mempunyai tanah yang besar untuk peladangan. Adanya tanah adalah small scale dalam pertanian. When you have a small scale in agriculture, we have the same problem in Malaysia also. Because Malaysia too crowded. A lot of people. Tanah dah tak ada dah nak buat pertanian. We don't have much land. We have a very small scale. So how do we work? We call it cooperative farming. Bertani secara kooperatif. Maksudnya di sini ada satu organisasi yang menguruskan. Apabila hasil dah dapat, ada satu organisasi yang akan uruskan bagaimana jualan boleh dibuat. Tak adalah. It's not like satu petani ini menjual sikit, satu petani menjual sikit dan sebagainya. Jadi kita mengelakkan third party. Kita mengelakkan orang ketiga dalam jualan supaya harga jualan lebih tinggi and farmer can get more money. Right? So from the research as well as from what happened is actually what the government in Indonesia as well as in Malaysia also should do, the policymaker, need to improve the social safety nets, okay? Need to provide the subsidies to the rice. So, perlu meningkatkan subsidi kepada beras. Few years ago, 10 years ago in Malaysia, the subsidy for rice. But right now, sekarang ni subsidi beras sudah diturunkan. Jadi harga beras sangat tinggi untuk rakyat Malaysia. Sangat-sangat tinggi dalam tempoh 2 tahun ini sebab subsidi itu telah diturunkan. Jadi di Indonesia juga I would like to suggest if the government can increase the subsidies, think about the people that coming from a very poor and rural area as well as suburban. They don't have much to eat, okay? And also improve the healthcare pool, okay? So people first, okay? This is what we want to say. And in SDG, dalam SDG ini, Sustainable Development Goals, what is important is people first. Mesti mengutamakan orang dahulu. Okay? Jangan fikir benda lain. Mesti mengutamakan orang dahulu. Alright. So, I just give, I don't know whether we have time or not, but if you have time, maybe you can talk to your neighbor about how the educators, extension agents, and researchers can play their role to improve the food production in Indonesia. Because you are in the biology department, maybe can discuss about this, and write something about this. Okay. Okay. So SDG, agriculture, food security in Indonesia, the policymaker and the government should also develop the agriculture policy that can increase yield of substance crops. Setengah-setengah tanaman itu memang kita sudah tahu penghasilannya banyak. Contohnya oil palm, kelapa sawit. Indonesia number 1. Okay, dalam kelapa sawit Indonesia number 1, right? So very good. So how to make this sustainable and help our young generation to earn more money by planting oil palm. Okay, mungkin kehadirannya yang sangat tinggi yields of oil palm because of estate, right? Because of big company tackling this. But how about the small farm? We have to think about this, how to help them to make sure they also earn good money when they plant oil palm, even with a small scale. Kan, itu yang saya kata tadi. One of it, how to do that is by using cooperative strategies. Okay. Next is to support the substances to farmers. Okay, we need to assist poor farmers and help them to learn about the technology and irrigation. Okay, kita mesti ajar farmer kita tentang ilmu supaya mereka pandai. And then the policy maker also should make a transformative policy, help the poor reduce the chronic poverty. Okay, mesti kita membantu secara besar-besaran, secara meluas membantu mereka yang memerlukan supaya dapat increase dia punya economic rate household dan dia boleh maju ke depan lah. Bila dia ada duit, dia boleh maju ke depan. Okay. For a researcher, we as a researcher, especially for those who are working in the lab, right? So we should introduce important innovation in helping the farmers. Okay, ini dah kena dengan tajuk kita kan. Apakah jenis inovasi yang boleh membantu farmers? Okay. For educator and extension agent, so we should work with a communication because farmers sometimes they don't want to change. Dia tak nak ubah. Kau nak pakai biji benih tu lah. Faculty of Teacher Training and Education Mula Warman maybe introduce some new innovation to farmer, but they say, no. We want to use the same kan. So macam manakah teknik komunikasi yang berkesan yang boleh menyebabkan seseorang itu berubah untuk menggunakan teknologi. Itu yang perlu kita belajar. This is how that we need to learn. Okay. Farmers replanting rice with oil palm. Okay. Methods transfer of knowledge, and whatever it is, the policymaker ke government ke, we need to have a good education system. Okay. For our young generation, because this is lifelong learning, not only for people that go to school, but also for farmers. Even they don't go to school, but they have some sort of place and institution that they can go and learn free. Okay, saya rasa ini juga ada di Indonesia kan. Alright. Okay, next I would like to introduce several innovation technology in agriculture. Okay. Boleh siapa-siapa bagi tahu tak gambar yang nombor 1 ni gambar apa? What is this picture about? This is the picture of drone. Ini adalah gambar drone yang mana drone ni kalau kita tengok the benefit of using drone is reduce the number of labor. Kita tak perlu buruh yang ramai dalam ladang apabila kita ada drone, because drone is going to help for fertilization, pembajaan dan juga pengawalan penyakit dan perosak to control pest and disease. Okay, we can use drone. It's a very high-tech technology. And in year 1990, in the year 2000 actually, for a developed country like United States, United Kingdom as well as Australia, they are working hard with precision agriculture. If you heard about this, pertanian persis, okay? Here they are using GIS, what we call a global information system, and GPS, global positioning system. This is what we have now because we already have the smartphone. So inside of our smartphone, kita ada GPS kan? Okay. And the sustainable agriculture. But we don't have this GIS. GIS ni kita tak ada. Alright, because it needs some software to do that. Okay. So, for example, this tractor is moving. And while this tractor is moving, the satellite is actually give some sensor. There are sensor here that can let the farmer here using their tablet to understand how much nutrient inside the soil. Ada berapa nilai nutrien dalam tanah tersebut. Whether the soil enough with phosphorus, whether the soil enough with magnesium, whether the soil enough with kalium. Okay, because you have to understand the most important 3 nutrients for plants is NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and kalium, right? So the tractor itself has a sensor here, and using a satellite can give a findings, GIS, Global Information System, to the farmer to let the farmer know if the nutrient is not enough, which part of the soil that need to be fertilized. Kat bahagian mana je yang kita kena baca, bukan semua bahagian kita kena baca kan, right? So it's reduce the waste management. Kita mengurangkan pembaziran. That's the reason why we call it precision, precise. Agriculture yang persis, G2, tak buat silap. Maksudnya 0.01. If it's like the margin of error could be like 0.01, right? Okay. And the other picture is about precision agriculture, but this is more about right now. We have the remote sensing in agriculture, not only tractor working alone, but drone as well as we can do soil mapping together with yield estimation and crop monitoring. We can do all 3 things together with the new innovation and technology right now. So this is all about digital education, ladies and gentlemen. That's why now in Malaysia, even when I teach my student, it's very hard to find the tractor with the sensor, but I need to borrow. For example, I go to Faculty of Agriculture because I'm from Faculty of Education. Sometimes the facilities is very difficult for me too, even in my farm. So I need to say, hey, can I borrow something because I want to do about precision agriculture and show to my students how to do this, and they can translate this knowledge when they go to their school. Okay. So it's very important about introducing a new innovation technology in agriculture. This is going to be the same as in biology too, because I believe in biology, students also need to learn about the soil science, about plants. So maybe this can be one of the topic that students can learn. Okay. All right. Next, I'm going to talk. I don't know how much time I have, but I'm going to talk a little bit about
About 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay. What is the relationship between Sustainable Development Goal 4, the vocational education, and AI? Okay. Okay. So vocational education is a part of the education for lifelong learning. Okay. For those who are really really good in study. Maybe you want to become a doctor, a lawyer, magistrate, whatever, engineer, But for those who are not really score well during their exam at school, they can choose vocational education after they finish the standardized exam. Okay. And there are two programs of TVET institution that established in 1979 in the UPM that provide skills training for teacher. The first one is Bachelor of Education, Agriculture Science. The second one is Bachelor of Education, Home Science Economy. So Bachelor of Education actually preparing the students in the university to become agriculture teacher. And Bachelor of Education, Home Science Economy is preparing the students to become home science economy teacher. Okay. And home science economy teachers, they are going to teach about food, they're going to teach about fabric, design, fashion, something like that, right? And today in Malaysia, there are more than 500 public TVET institutions. There's a lot because TVET, vocational education now in Malaysia is our agenda. Okay. One way of progressing SDG, one way of, enhancing, encourage SDG is through vocational education. And believe it or not, vocational education is really close related to biology education. Dia pun berkait rapat dengan bidang biology. Because in vocational education, we have STEM education. Ada juga pendidikan STEM approach. Alright. There are two main entry pathway to go to vocational education. Di Indonesia nama panggilannya lain lah. Di Malaysia beginilah nama panggilannya. Okay. So it's like SPM and PT3. And they can pursue the certificate or a diploma program in TVET. Okay, so the program of TVET is not really like offer for those who are in the average level straight away to go to degree. They need to go to certificate first, the diploma program first, then only to bachelor degree. And the special initiative made by Vocational College in Malaysia, we have more than 30 vocational college in Malaysia that offer a lot of program: electronic, welding, agriculture, fashion, cosmetology, hospitality management. What else that we have? Um, Animal husbandry. There's a lot of program actually offered by a vocational college, and it's focused on the skills training so that they can get a skill certificate. And national dual training system programs also available in Malaysia, the institution. That's why we have more than the college plus this. We have more than 500 institutions that offer vocational education in Malaysia. Okay, this is some picture in my university that offer Bachelor of Education Agriculture Science. If you can see, the students actually using a technology that can send the data, the sensor to the computer. And this is one of doing a organic soil, and how to prepare organic soils. And this one is one of the picture where the students, they are preparing the fish pellet, the food for fish, using AI and digital technology. Okay, menggunakan AI dan juga mesin dekat sini. And then you can see we also learn about raising a chicken, but we have a sensor that inside this, using your smartphone, you can scan to see how many of your chicken is sick. Sakit ke, sihat ke, boleh tengok, dan boleh tengok population jumlah. Sama ada semalam cukup tak dengan hari ni. Kalau kurang mesti dimakan oleh sesuatu kan. Okay. So kita boleh kenal pasti. Tak payahlah kira satu ayam tu kan. Okay. We can calculate. Okay. And also in my university, we plant a lot of durian, okay. So people in biology and biological department work very hard about seeds, plants, and about the safety of the product also of our durian. Okay, so this is some of the picture. And also, in University Putra Malaysia, students also exposed with vocational education in terms of welding technology. Okay, this is more in engineering department. But the good thing about welding is it's relate with the SDG where it reduce the waste management. Macam mana pelajar membangunkan produk untuk mengurangkan sisa-sisa dalam alam sekitar, contohnya plastik dan sebagainya, dan menghasilkan satu produk yang berkualiti. Okay. Okay, so the integration between TVET and STEM education, TVET and STEM education are mutually reinforcing where STEM offer theoretical foundation and TVET provides the practical implementation. Through TVET, STEM knowledge is transformed into tangible innovation and technical solution that drive industrial progress. And IR 4.0, I think, is exposed in Indonesia. So in the era of fourth industrial revolution, TVET bridged STEM education with workforce development and sustainability. So what happened in Malaysia right now is we want to make sure that all of our students, when they pass their school at 17, if they are very good, they can go to the university. If not, they can go to vocational education and training. If still they are not good, but they have to get a job. So at least they should come out with one certificate after they finish school. Because workforce is very important in Malaysia. We want to reduce to the less number of unemployment. Kita nak kurangkan jumlah mereka yang menganggur. Menganggur bermaksud tidak ada pekerjaan. Kita nak kurangkan jumlah rakyat kita yang tidak ada pekerjaan. Okay, so using AI in TVET in Malaysia can be categorized into three. First, AI driven transformation of TVET. Second one, institutional system and national framework. The third one is AI system of TVET in Malaysia. For AI driven transformation, education and innovation, for example, it helps in instruction, adaptive learning, data analytics, and visual simulation. Okay. And Malaysia has what we call National AI Roadmap 2021-2025. All of you can Google and can download. This is free. So this is the commitment to prepare for workforce for digital economy according to the government in Malaysia in the year 2021. This is a strategic plan. And some of the AI that I can share with you, this is what we use right now, very, very frequently used. The first one is intelligent tutoring system analysis, learning behavior to personalize feedback. For example, we have chatbot, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and so on. And then in the university also, is this really highly used VR or AR simulation training that integrates AI to replicate industrial environments because, we cannot bring our students to field trip forever because we don't have that much money, right? Maybe one time, yes, for one semester, one time, okay. But how can that we understand about what happened in the industrial so we can use VR, AR simulation? And I believe that this has happened in Malaysia as well as in Indonesia too. When you don't have enough information and skill, there are what we call micro-credential pathway that can help you to improve your skills and education. All right. So another one, the institutional system and national framework in Malaysia focus on AIRUS. AIRUS is what we call artificial intelligence reskilling and upskilling system. And this represent as a roadmap, as I mentioned just now, and it integrates online learning, job matching, and mentorship modules. Okay, the AIRUS employ hybrid learning as well as AR VR technologies for deeper industry education integration. Very, very, very important. We work partnership together with the industry because we don't want to left behind. Okay. And I don't want to touch so much about this because we already touched this in front about the education for everyone. just want to share because Malaysia work very closely with UNESCO, and we recognize those who are special needs, for those who are not mereka yang berkeperluan khas lah. Contohnya mereka yang cacat pendengaran, tidak dengar, buta, pekak, bisu dan sebagainya. And using AI, those student can learn, mereka boleh belajar. Integration of AI, multidisciplinary in TVET and special needs works very well. According to UNESCO 2021, what we want to do is we want to build inclusive, equitable, and sustainable skill ecosystem. And this is underlie SDG number 4, as I mentioned. And we also want to foster cross-disciplinary knowledge and transfer and innovation through AI. Also want to develop AI literate and high skilled professionals who can drive educational and industrial information towards Industry 4.0 and Society 5.0. So the last slide will be the conclusion. The integration of educational innovation, the principle of SDG number 4, which is quality of education, and emerging technologies like AI is transforming biology education, TVET education. By embracing this tool, educators can enhance their learning experience, foster critical thinking, and ensure inclusive and equitable quality education for all. This synergy between technology and pedagogy prepares students to meet the challenge of the future with knowledge, creativity, and adaptability. And for SDG 2, the zero hunger, food security, and agriculture require a holistic approach that combines sustainable agriculture practice, education, and technology. By educating farmers and communities, leveraging modern tools and innovation, improving access to resource, we can enhance food production, reduce waste, and ensure food security for all. Integrating knowledge, innovation, and technology empowers society to build a resilient and hunger-free future. That's all. Thank you so much. This is all the reference. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Ibu Normala binti Ismail, for the enlightening and powerful presentation about SDGs. Yeah, thank you so much. And now we will move to our next session, question and answer from the speakers. And we have one question in chat box from Rukoyah Nasution. I think I will read the question. What collaborative evidence-based research project can biology education students undertake with local communities or schools to identify a pressing local sustainability challenge, such as waste management, water quality, and food security, and how can their role as future science educator leverage biological knowledge to develop and advocate for locally appropriate scalable solution that align with one or more of the SDGs? I think Bu Normala can answer this question.
Okay, thank you so much. I think in one question there are 3 things.
Yeah.
Okay, so
one,
yeah.
one question with 3
One
different
question,
answer.
three different things. Okay, so okay, I will start with my expert first as a researcher. I think the first one will be the research. The research is the main strategy to develop what we call the collaborative evidence, because without doing a research, because we sleep but science never sleep, so that's why we need to do research every day. Yeah, so even the students ask the question about the roles of biological here and there, I would like to just give some sort of maybe a research in biology that is really really impactful right now. What the students and the faculty of Mula Warman can do is whatever research that the students do right now, especially in their final year project or maybe in their master or in their PhD, should be something very impactful. Yeah, should be something very impactful. It's tangible enough, not only you get all the evidence and you keep to yourself and in your library,
Yeah.
but how this evidence can collaboratively work together and share with another university. How to do that, right? So one way of doing this is the research need to be published. Kajian itu perlu dipublish lah. Perlu publish di peringkat antarabangsa, okay, in the international level. So if I know everyone is very busy, but the coordinator also here, right? So if the coordinator work together with all the faculty members, start first with maybe chapter in book. Maybe chapter in book will be much more easy rather than to publish the whole article for each of our students, right? Setiap pelajar kalau kita minta nak publish lagilah susah untuk dia buat sebab dia sudah siapkan the project and they have their own thesis and it's a lot of work, right? We know that it's a whole process because research is a whole process. Need to determine the topics, need to do the literature review, need to determine what is the sample, what is the population, do the analysis, if it's using a statistic, if not using the statistic, what kind of another research, if it's using experiment, for example, right? You need to do a lot of analysis, right? And so that's why publish a book, start with publishing a book so that it can collaborative work together with another people. And the second one, if the book is work, what happened in my university right now, each of our department, we produce one journal. A lot of work.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, as a researcher, I say, we need to find the editor. We need to link with the international scopers outside to make sure that we can publish. Not only university has one, but we have 7 departments. So we have 7 journal. We have 7 different journal. So this actually help our students to publish something, but also help to share, help to collaborate, help to help to disseminate this research to other people outside. Because when you click to the Google Scholar, you can see how much of the H index that you have, how much because of your quality of the paper. Okay, the second one is about how that we can work together, whether it's a waste management research, is a food security research or what. I would suggest whatever students you want to do, anything that you want to work on the SDG, you need to look at your roles. Okay, tengok kebolehan kita, kemampuan kita, certified what you have. For example, you are a student in biology department and you certified with becoming a teacher because you were in education program. Okay, so you play your role as a teacher. Okay, when you are become a teacher, you need to make sure that the education deliver, become the effective teacher, as I mentioned, 4 perkara tadi. Okay, jadi guru yang baik, mesti. Okay, you play your role to enhance, to translate the SDG. Okay, you play your role as a teacher. Okay, when you are researcher, you play your role. How can you disperse and disseminate all of this knowledge and information to other people so that kita tak adalah buat kajian tu seorang-seorang, and then keep in your shelf, just recognize yourself, no one cares. After finish the research, okay, I'm done, I got a grant, so and then publish, okay, I got Q1, then who's going to read? All the academics and people outside of our country also need to read, as well as our people. Masyarakat kita juga perlu membaca. Kalau tidak boleh bahasa Inggeris, saya suka guna bahasa Melayu. Biar anak-anak murid saya boleh baca. Because not everyone in Malaysia, they understand English, but actually they don't really like it. Kalau kita tulis dalam bahasa Melayu, mereka lebih suka. Sebenarnya itu bahasa ibunda. Ya, itu bahasa ibunda. Jadi tulis dalam bahasa kita dan terjemahkan perkara itu. Okay. Yes, I think that's all lah. Maybe I'm not completely answer, but I'm not so sure about the last one. Okay.
Okay.
Terima
Thank you
kasih.
so much,
Yeah.
Bu Normala. And then maybe this is the second question from Nelda. In what innovative ways can biology education students utilize their biological and pedagogical expertise to develop an educational or environmentally focused social enterprise that address on SDG target while also demonstrating financial viability and replicability in developing context?
Okay. sama juga ni. Satu soalan tapi banyak benda. Okay. Alright, Imelda, thank you. Thank you for this question. The first one tadi Rokaya, thank you for your question, Rokaya. Okay, the second one is Imelda. Okay, the educators and using the pedagogical. Okay, I would love to share this with you because my area is teacher education, right? So in education we have what we call pedagogy. The second one is andragogy. The third one is heutagogy. Anyone know about andragogy? Semua tahu tak tentang andragogy ni? Tahu andragogy? Pernah dengar?
Pernah.
Pernah dengar Bapak? Pernah.
Pernah.
Okay, andragogy is for adults education, right? And the heutagogy. What is heutagogy? Ini perkara yang baru. Jadi,
Yeah.
okay, using the technology, okay,
Oh.
using the technology inside the classroom, and it's focused not only about the adults but also at the school level, okay. Soalan tadi berfokus kepada pedagogi. Yes, because when you become the teacher, you are going to focus at the school level, secondary school level. But as you can see the slide before, the SDG not only prepare for primary and secondary, also for youth and adult. Maknanya, sekarang pelajar kita di Faculty of Teacher Training and Education Mula Warman sudah perlu faham tentang pendidikan kepada dewasa juga, adult education. Okay, so the andragogy component also need to be need to be disseminate to our student. Kita perlu ajar mereka. And also the heutagogy, penggunaan digital. Bagaimana alat bantu mengajar itu perlu digunakan dengan baik untuk mengajar. Soalan Imelda tadi, your question is focused on how to enhance the social enterprise, right? Untuk menghasilkan finance, menghasilkan lebih banyak kewangan dari sudut kemampuan kita dari sudut mengajar. Alright, this is what we call entrepreneurship education. Pendidikan keusahawanan, entrepreneurship, right? Entrepreneurship. And one of the component of entrepreneurship, what is very, very important about entrepreneurship is we have to teach our young children about to become entrepreneur, to open job, buka pekerjaan sendiri, bukannya mencari kerja dengan orang lain, buka pekerjaan sendiri. Jadi bagaimana kita mahu menggunakan kebolehan kita itu? Maksudnya apa ilmu yang kita ada itu? The first one, we also should have the entrepreneurship background. Kita juga sebagai guru perlu ada ilmu tentang entrepreneurship. Bapa, saya yakin seperti juga saya, kita mahir dalam bidang kita. Mungkin kita tidak mahir berniaga sebab kita tidak berniaga setiap hari. Betul? If we don't do business every day.
We
But
don't
for
have
those who are
time.
doing this, yeah, part-time online. Okay. So if we do this, like if we don't have this knowledge, how that we can get it? Remember my slide. That's why we have the upskilling and reskilling, the micro credential program. So, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education Mula Warman can offer not one semester project, not one semester course, bukan satu semester kursus, tidak perlu. Hanya micro credential, which is get all the information about the entrepreneurship education and make it on maybe weekend, Sabtu dan Ahad, give to the students and let them pay. Because micro credential, you need to pay because it's not free. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. If we want to do it free, Alhamdulillah. Right? But usually in many countries, micro credential, when we want to do this, giving an extra knowledge and information about how that we can use the pedagogical, andragogical, heterogogical knowledge, skills to teach. Bagaimana kita boleh gunakan kemahiran mengajar ini untuk mengajar rakyat di luar ataupun young generation untuk menjadi usahawan. Okay, so use the micro credential. This is my suggestion lah. I know it's a lot of work, but it's a good suggestion if you can work. I think all the faculty members here very nice person. Kan, bagus ya, baik-baik sesama sendiri kan, jadi boleh kerja lah. Boleh kerja dengan baik. Alright.
Okay.
Terima
Thank you so
kasih.
much, Bu
Yeah.
Nurmala, for answering the question. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's about 7 past 11. Jam
Yeah.
12 kurang kami sholat Jumat, Bu.
Ya, benar-benar. Di sini
Ya.
12.58.
12.58. Kami di sini jam
Ya,
12 pas sholat Jumat.
Selamat
So,
Selamat Bapak.
yeah.
Sholat Jumaat nanti ya.
Yeah.
Selamat.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we
That's
have
all,
for
yeah.
question and answer session. Thank you
All
for
right.
your active participation, and as a token
Okay.
of our deepest gratitude to our esteemed
Mm,
keynote speaker, we would like to
mhm,
present a certificate of appreciation from
mhm.
Universitas Mula Warman. Please accept this virtual certificate. Dr.
Okay.
Nurmala binti Ismail. Let us all give her a virtual round of applause. Maybe everyone can send react in Zoom. So this is a certificate for Dr. Nurmala binti Ismail. We
Thank you
will
so
send
much.
the we will
Thank you so
send
much.
the
Yeah.
certificate to Ibu Nurmala.
Thank you so much and have a good Friday. Have a good day, everyone.
Okay,
Assalamualaikum. Yeah.
yeah, for Waalaikumsalam. For all participants, please do not forget to fill our attendance record to receive
Mm.
your e-certificate. The link will be on screen, ya. You can scan it with your mobile phone. Ya, jadi silahkan teman-teman peserta untuk bisa scan.
Sorry, the certificate will be sent, delivered by Dr. Masita.
Oh, sorry, 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 sorry. Okay, please, Dr. Masita, uh, can give the certificate to Ibu Dr. Nurmala virtually. Silakan, Bu
Terima
Masita.
kasih Ibu. Terima kasih Bu Normala. Halo.
Ya, sama-sama
Terima
Ibu.
kasih banyak.
Terima kasih Ibu. Ya.
So the certificate is will be sent to Ibu Nurmala, maybe with Bu Dora, ya nanti yang akan mengirimkan sertifikatnya. Thank you so much. And then the next we will have attendance record for all participant. Jadi untuk teman-teman mahasiswa, para undangan silahkan bisa scan, sudah ada di layar untuk absensi kehadirannya. Okay, everyone, we have finally reached the end of our International Webinar Series 8. A massive thank you to our brilliant speaker, Dr. Nurmala binti Ismail, for her extraordinary contribution today, talking about SDGs and how we as a future teacher have to do. And maybe I will give some record about this webinar. Ada beberapa hal tadi yang disampaikan. There are 4 factor to be a guru berkesan. Yeah. The first one is enough knowledge. You cannot be a guru berkesan if you don't have enough knowledge. And then good skill, preparation for as a lesson plan, and positive with environment. Yeah, and then policymaker, researcher, and educator have to work collaboratively to menjalankan program-program SDGs ini. And one of the quotes that I get from this webinar is no child left behind. Yang berarti semua anak-anak itu harus kita ayomi, harus kita dampingi untuk bisa maju bersama gitu. I think that's all for today. Our gratitude also goes to Dr. Masita and Dr. Rusdiana and the entire committee from Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Mula Warman University, for making this event possible. And then, of course, thank you to all participants for the engagement. My name is Parno Putra Makadavi. It has been a pleasure being your moderator. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay innovative. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Makasih, Bu.
Terima
Maaf salah
Terima
silap.
kasih banyak.
Terima
Terima
kasih. Mohon maaf
kasih.
salah silap. Oke.
Terima kasih,
Kami
Ibu.
juga mohon maaf.
Terima kasih. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
Eh, untuk teman-teman yang lain, mahasiswa, mohon diisi ya link pendaftaran. Nanti akan dimasukkan sertifikat kalian di emailnya ya. Terima kasih teman-teman mahasiswa, Ibu Nurmala, teman-teman dosen dan Ibu Masita. Serahkan live room setelah sudah mengisi absen.
Terima kasih, teman-teman. Ibu Imelda, Ibu Rukoya, terima kasih.